Hello, hello, hello to all of my Cancers with Leo tendencies. We're back at Cusp videos. This is a Cusp video that was highly requested. All Cusp videos were highly requested, and we're going to get right into it. So if your birthday falls between July 18th through July 22nd, you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies. Yes. Let's first define cusp so we're all on the same sheet of music, okay? A cusp is a point at which a new astrological sign begins, right? It's derived from the Latin word cuspis, which means point. So again, the word cusp means the point at which a new astrological sign begins. So we're talking about sun signs in particular. If you want to go watch the other videos, if your birthday doesn't fall between those dates, just watch the Cancer videos that I put up weekly, okay? And you can watch this one just for, just in case you feel like, when I explain the definition and what cusp means and how astrological sun sign works and all of that other stuff, you may find that you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies, right? So the sun does not move into a new sign at exactly the same moment each year. And so the dates for the different sun signs may vary by a day or two. So what I mean by that, let's say for instance, somebody says, no, Cancer season actually starts June 20th. Somebody may say, no, it actually starts June 22nd. Somebody may say it starts June 19th, right? Again, that's because the sun does not move into a new sign at exactly the exact same moment each year. And so that varies. Also, some astrologers still differ about when a person is born on the cusp. Remember, I said a cusp is the point at which a new astrological sign begins. Some astrologers claim that it means within the first or last 2 days of the sign. Some astrologers say between the first and last 10 days of the sign, but the consensus is 5 days. So we're going to go with, again, if you were born between July 18th through July 22nd, you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies. Let's go. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Cancers with Leo tendencies in every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. Yes. Now this is beautiful. Not only do you have the characteristics of a Cancer, but also characteristics of a Leo, which is great. So that makes you a sweetheart, first and foremost, very empathetic. You love to give your best. You don't hold back your emotions. You're extremely charming. You're tenacious, highly imaginative. You're very loyal. You're persuasive. You're emotional in a good way. You're sympathetic. You're also very caring. Right? This falls into the Leo category. You're very caring. You live a great life. You are optimistic. You're a natural leader. You're very kind and protective. You're loyal. You're honest. You're vivacious. You're creative. You're passionate. You're generous. You're warm-hearted. You're cheerful. And you're humorous. So imagine all of that wrapped up into you. Amazing, right? Amazing. Let's pull the cards and see what they have to say. Let's make some room here. Yes. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. Yes, just check out my channel, especially in the About section. It has all my information there. And just check out. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, Cancers. Let's look at the cards. Cancers with Leo tendencies. I am talking to you. If your birthday falls between July 18th through July 22nd, you're a Cancer with Leo tendencies. Boom. 4 of Swords. Let's put this right here. For just a second, we have 9 of Wands. This message is also timeless. So whenever you want to look back at a cusp video, if your birthday falls between those days, or you just want to share it with other people, please do. Feel free to share it. Queen of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Yes. Let's see if I can make a little bit more room here. A little bit more room here. So it looks like, okay, Cancer, now your ruling planet is the moon, right? The moon governs our mood, our feelings, our subconscious habits, our emotions, right? So it looks like you have really, really tapped into your divine masculine side of yourselves, right? And a lot of you all have been on this long and arduous path right? This long and arduous path where you've been enlightened, right? This is the Leo in you. So your ruling planet is the moon. Leo's ruling planet is the sun. The moon never goes retrograde and the sun never goes retrograde. Never, right? The sun is a star. The moon is a luminary. Neither one are planets, right? But they never go retrograde. So this self-discovery has been very enlightening and in some cases has been painful, right? To some degree, maybe a little painful, right? Because if you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies, you are idealistic. You're sensitive. You also are clever and forceful. And you probably have a temper that quickly comes and goes, right? Doesn't mean that you always act on your temper. You may get upset about things. That's the Cancer in you, right? Emotional. But to keep that vibration high, you want to know what's going on internally too. Those tendencies, like that fire up under that water where you may be getting boiling hot. That's where the temper may come from, right? So you gotta, here's the beautiful thing about self-discovery, which by the way, you're victorious in your self-discovery. Here's the beautiful part of this, is standing in your power, like really knowing what you bring to the world. When I say to the world's table, you have become very protective of your energy, right? So that you don't allow your temper to take over, right? In work, you like doing things your own way. So a lot of you all really should be in business for yourselves, right? Because no matter what, you're going to shine. And what that brings on Cancers with Leo tendency is really going to bring on a lot of jealousy from people, right? Because you can't help it. The moon shines bright in dark spaces. The sun is a star. It shines bright in whenever, right? A star shines bright at night. It shines bright during the day. So no matter what, Cancers with Leo tendencies, you're going to shine bright, right? And so what's going to help recharge your spirit, your energy, is protecting your peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding that you work so hard to get. What a lot of people don't realize with this queen sitting on the throne is all the daggers that's been thrown in her back, right? You can identify as a man or a woman, but I'm talking about the person on the card. All the daggers that's been thrown in their back, all the betrayal, all the lies that could have come from family members, friends, doesn't matter who it is. Remember, as a Cancer, you are very receptive. People are drawn to that den mother energy. As a Leo, you're still protective like that lion, right? Because that's the symbol, the lion. So you got a lion and a crab, right? Cancer crab, Leo lion, right? And so you have to protect your energy because you can strike out at people. So this right here keeps you balanced out. This is that air energy. You could have air somewhere in your chart, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, somewhere in your chart. This is where you know what your power is, right? So not only that, in love, you're really not impulsive either. You may be instantly attracted to someone, but you're very careful because you fear rejection and you won't let yourself become too vulnerable, right? That's everybody. Like, let's say, for instance, you have a crush, you really like somebody, like, no, I'm not going to tell them right away. Let me kind of sort of sit back and watch them. Let me sit back and watch them and see what kind of vibes I'm getting. And this is in every area of your life, sitting on your throne, because you've been hurt by family members, you've been hurt by friends, you've been betrayed by people that you trusted. And so now you're at a point where you feel like, let me sit on my throne and actually watch people. Listen to my ancestors bring back information. This is this right here. Bring back information. You are crystal clear about protecting your energy unapologetically, right? And it's going to cause you to sleep better. Because now you're fiercely protecting your energy. You're not guarded. You're still very friendly. People still are approaching you, the whole 9 yards. Matter of fact, like I said, because you shine so brightly, either people are going to be drawn to either way, people are going to be drawn to your energy, Cancer with Leo tendencies. But some people may be upset because they're like, why does this Cancer with Leo tendencies always have to shine? So no matter how much you want to dim your light, you can't. And so the Cancer being the dominant in that, because like I said, you have Leo tendencies, you're going to have to stay near some water, like stay near a lake, a pool, a beach. I recommend getting a beach house, but somewhere near water where you can constantly be recharged by that energy so that you don't feel awkward and then it causes you to vibrate low, right? Because you don't need to get into any unfortunate, conflict with people who don't understand that we need both the moon and the sun to survive, right? Here we have Knight of Swords. So this is where you're focusing on yourself. This is somebody who has a laser focus on the goals that they set for themselves, which is great. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We're not doing a number. This is just straight a timeless message for cusp signs. Yes, and you're a very hardworking person. And so some of you all have not been getting paid with your worth. And I hate to say this, but this is the truth. Some of you all actually work for people who are just jealous of you. I don't want to put that energy out in the universe. I'm just being very truthful with the messages that are coming through because you're constantly shining. Even if you came to work with a paper sack over your head or a garbage bag or a paper bag over your head, no matter what, you would still shine, right? And so it would take a special person to really appreciate, a special spirit to really appreciate exactly what you bring to the universe. Again, you are emotional, but in a good way. You also give your absolute best. You love to give your absolute best. But the truth of the matter is, really, when you focus on not only working hard, but focus on your interest and also focus on the Queen of Swords energy, a person who is still very friendly, but someone who is very direct, someone who is no nonsense. Your yeses are yes, your nos are nos. But again, in a friendly manner, right? You're still a sweetheart, right? And no matter how kind you are, if you say no to certain people, they're going to label you fill in the blank, a name, right? An unpleasant name, unfortunate name, right? So no matter what you do, so it's probably best that you work for yourselves. Yes, work for yourself. Well, you can, like I said, people are drawn to your energy. Okay, this is nice too. This is really, really nice. Yes. All right, let me show you what I'm looking at. See, before I even pulled the cards, I already knew you've been dealing with probably jealousy your whole life, people who have been envious of you. But guess what, Cancer with Leo's tendency, it has nothing to do with you per se. It has everything to do with their own internal conflict trying to burn you. But if you notice, maybe when you were younger, you gave it some attention because you didn't know any better, and it ended up burning you and really hurting, right? But as an adult, you realize, hey, yes, I mean, everybody's saying that I'm attractive. Everybody's saying that, they're just kind of sort of doting all over me, whole 9 yards. And I've had my fair share of jealous girls, jealous boys growing up. Now jealous family members that I'm starting to see people differently, the whole 9 yards. But the more and more I ignored them, the more and more I realized they're actually burning themselves. So I really don't have anything to worry about. Yeah. So when I say long and arduous path of self-discovery, it's very, very painful for some people. And that's why I say it's an arduous path. It has been somewhat painful for you to grow up the way that you did, look the way that you did, shine the way that you do. You shine both at night and during the day. But see, if you don't know how to handle that and you don't protect your energy, Cancer with Leo tendencies, it'll cause you to vibrate low because of the emotional piece, right? You're an empath. You're picking up on people's energy, right? You're an empath. You can't help it. You pick up on people's energy, right? And people are drawn to you by default, right? So you have to let that Leo out every now and then with that lioness sitting there front and center, that fire in you, like don't come another step closer. Where people know, okay, if you're coming at me with jealousy and envy and you're trying to hurt me, the full Leo is going to take over. Yes. So I also see you balancing out your daily affairs when it comes to money, which is great. I also want you all to be in expectancy mode, because when you fully understand exactly who you are and the power that you possess as a god, a Cancer with Leo that have Leo tendencies, truly amazing, truly amazing. See how this person has a foot up? Yeah. And they're standing on the bank of something. See this fire? That's the fire in you. That's the Leo in you, right? Like you're boiling hot, but you're ready to just kind of sort of, but not boiling hot temper-wise. We mean just like you have this fire up under you that you're just getting ready to just go out and do something great. Like the emotional intelligence is just on fire. That's what I mean, right? So you're able to work with different clients, different customers, and you're able to gauge their temperature, and you're able to, like water, take shape, right? So they're like, wow, how did the Cancer with Leo tendencies know that? Yeah, because one, you're an empath, you pick up on people's emotions, but then you also know how to use that fire in you to fuel whatever you need to do to get it done, right? So you should be expecting greater to happen. But guess what? That took a lot of hard work. You had to do you had to go inward, right? Yeah, you had to do some serious soul searching. You had to go into hermit mode, right? And so not only that, you had to allow some relationships to fall by the wayside. You had to allow some relationships to fall by the wayside. Yeah. This moon card is attached to Pisces, even though the moon is your ruling planet. And also we have the death rebirth. So some relationships, some tricky relationships, they could have been romantic relationships. They could have been work relationships or professional relationships. They could have been platonic relationships. They had to die in order for this part of yourself to be reborn. Because it's, unless you actually study astrology and you understand how signs work, you may say, oh, I'm a Cancer, I'm right there at that Leo. But there's more to it. You're a Cancer with Leo tendencies. And so this is what I have for you. This is, again, it's a timeless message. And let's pull an oracle card for you to close this out. But like I said, you've experienced conflict your whole life with people around you being jealous of you. And some of them didn't even understand why they felt the way that they did. I'm hearing that somebody was really, really close to a woman in their family, and the woman will call them a bitch. Like, why would you call a child that? Like that kind of energy. So yeah, wow. So you've been dealing with conflict your whole life, but it was all in preparation. As horrible as that sounds, it was all in preparation for you to thrive out in this world. Not to just survive, but to really, really thrive, Cancer with Leo tendencies, because you're shining on both ends, right? Shining on both ends, very much like Leos with Cancer tendency. The difference is that they are Leos. Their energy is directed outward. So they will come, their energy is directed outward, and they can tap into their Cancer energy. You are a Cancer, so your energy is directed inward, but there's a part of you, that fire in you, the Leo in you, that could raise up and use that fire in you to channel it to fuel, your meetings, your and if he has to get to that point, how to contain your temper and just cut that person off, right? But let's pull an oracle card and see what this has to say. Yeah. So the relationships that have ended, like I said, death, rebirth, you're not stressed out over it. Matter of fact, you're spending some alone time, just you. And see this water right here, some of you all have gone swimming, and here we have the sun right here, which is Leo's ruling planet. So some of you all are on the beach. Some of you all are on the beach spending some time, on the earth, earthing, you're grounding, right? But just spending time removing stale energy, because that's what the sun does. So I would suggest, Cancer with Leo tendencies, that you live somewhere near the water so you can constantly recharge, especially if you are constantly interacting with people, because either your star, your sunlight, and your moonlight is either going to draw people in and they're going to love it because they feel like it's a sense of nourishment, or people are going to repel your energy and it's going to come off as hatred, right? So you have to do what you need to do to make sure you protect yourself at all times, right? That's what I have for you, Cancer with Leo tendencies. Again, if your birthday falls between July 18th through July 22nd, you are a Cancer with Leo tendencies. Timeless message. Bye.